All right, call all y'all about Shin Yahusha and Shalom to the elect. Now, what I want to get into is to talk about these women, about this women's liberation march and this other bullshit that be going on, this feminism stuff. Now, before I go all the way into this, of course the men got to get in order too. And scripture say in the book of Proverbs, let's see where I'm at. Chapter 8, verse 4, unto you, O men, I call my voices to the sons of men. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be of understanding heart. Now, what you see is a man getting in order. But hey, this right here, this out of order. And that's what's all going on around the world and shit like that. People be wondering why a lot of stuff messed up, because ultimately Esau behind all this. You got the CIA, you got women that's amongst them. Just helping bring forth this, because they know it destroy the natural balance of stuff. And I'm going to go into some more scripture too also. It's a heavy topic when you got all this shit going on. This my body, my choice shit. Because technically, when a woman lay with a man, she supposed to stay with that man, not run off and go jump from dick to dick and all this different stuff. And then they had this stuff going on like, oh, well, we can do what the men do and all that shit. That's bullshit. The Lord made everything have its proper place. A man can do what he do, and a woman do what she do. It says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 3, it says, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. And a lot of this stuff, like how you just see that, let me go back real quick. You got female officers and shit, man. Like, that's completely out of order. And she over talking them. So, that's all the way out of order. Now, you read down some more in chapter 31 in the book of Proverbs and verse 10. It says, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. And it's valuable, especially in these times, man. This was written in ancient times. Oh, you can come across a decent woman now, man. Hey, that's a gift from the Lord. And I'm going to pull some more scriptures that break down that, why he gives certain men a wicked-ass woman, and why he gives certain men a virtuous woman. And even if a certain man that is, practicing keeping the commandments or whatever, do come across a wicked-ass woman, he'll deliver them from that woman. Let me find this scripture real quick. It's in the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 27. It says, for a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lieth in wait, as for a prey, and increaseth the transgressors among men. And a lot of these women, they be making niggas go out, because certain men, they really don't have no guidance like that. So they listen to what she say, they hold a counsel with her, seeing what's going on. What you think I should do? From their woman, though. Well, really, they supposed to be leading. So bear with me for a minute. I'm trying to get this other scripture. And this is another thing, too, while I'm looking for this. Now, you got these damn devils. Esau, they'll take down certain videos when you bring out the truth. But they keep this stuff up, though. Like, I don't have stuff shut down just for posting biblical stuff. But this type of nonsense get promoted all over the place. Find this one scripture and talk about being delivered from these women. sometimes he'll put you in a situation where one just so she can be judged. Because I've seen it happen numerous times. A woman to do something, foul if I'm be doing right by her. And then they hit me back later and tell me how they be getting jacked up. So call lawyer, how about him? Y'all was shot for that. It's another scripture in the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 24. It's not the one I was looking for, but I'm going to just read this as I'm going through the pages. It says, it's better to dwell in the corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. And that's serious, man. You know, just even be in that mind frame. Like, man, I don't even want to be around her. Because some women do that to men, man. They'll push them to that limit. Have them all stressed out. Don't even want to be around or none of that. This is what I was looking for right here. Here you go. It's in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 25. It says, I applied my heart to know. You're going to the word heart. It's not talking about what pump blood. It's talking about your mind. So I applied my heart to know and to search and seek out the wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even the foolishness and madness. And I found more bitter than death the woman whose heart has snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. So that's why these certain niggas be getting put on child support and shit. Like, yeah, this artist, I don't know if any people are familiar with, but I'm sure if you are, you are. If not, then you'll see about it eventually. But this one artist got another artist pregnant, and basically they had a split, and she trying to change the son's name into the new guy's name, and still got this nigga on child support. So that's what happens when you live in a certain way. The Most High will send a wicked ass woman to come torment your ass. She'll hit your pockets. Not only that, she'll mess with your seed that you help produce. But like the scriptures say, whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Now you jump over to verse 28 in the book of Ecclesiastes. In chapter 7 it says, better yet, let me run that, but I'm just letting this play while I bring out this information. It say in verse 27, say, behold, this have I found, said the preacher counting one by one to find out the count. And this was back in ancient times, finding out the count. They say, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Well, this only have I found, that Yahweh have made man upright. For the women who always be talking about, oh, niggas ain't shit, niggas dogs and all this. Hey, you got upright men that's roaming around this earth. But they have sought out many inventions. And who's seeking out these inventions? Women like this on this video right here. Now, this don't pertain to exactly all of them. But in these times, man, really, they do pertain to their ass. Because you give a woman a chance to go do some junk, and she gonna do it. I don't care about how loyal and all that little stuff they be hollering about. That's a sick joke. Like the scripture say, they sought out many inventions. You have some women that try to be good and alright though, but they end up with who they end up with. Now I'm gonna read in the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 2. It said, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. It said, meet not with a harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Use not much company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts. All these women, they can sing, they be fine. Me personally, I come across a lot of like R&B singers and stuff like that. But I know they antics. I know about their inventions of what they really be wanting. They try to use their voice, their body, or whatever to get what they want. I'm well aware of that. That's why I say, use not much company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts. And it's funny, it's so true, man. For people to be, oh, these scriptures ain't true, they made us a fairy tale. It says, the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 6, it says, give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not down inheritance. And a lot of men, a lot of people that was prominent or whatever, lost a lot of their shit because of these damn harlots. Women like this, you see right here. If you jump down, it says, yeah, let me jump over to another page. So I'm going to go to Salaki. See, this is what Esau pushing around the world, because when you put them in position, that's when shit get out of order. You got shit like this going on around. Now, I'm not saying it's a wise thing to do, but let a man walk outside and march butt-ass naked. They might gun your ass down. that ain't nothing to do, though. I'm just saying, speaking hypothetically, because you got stuff like this going on. But in the book of Sirach, chapter 25, start at verse 13, it said, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. If you jump down to verse 16, it said, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. So you gotta think about that, man. You got a wicked ass woman fucking with you, she trying to fuck with your phone, break your merchandise, whatever you got around and all that. Make your life a living fucking hell. And so, I'd rather dwell with the lion. Now, you see how wild lions were. You see them in them history channels and all that different stuff like that. Or you go down to verse 17 and say, the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkens her countenance like sackcloth. And you see a lot of women that be like that, man. Had that dark, evil look on their damn face. It says, in verse 18, it says, her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when you hear of it, shall sigh bitterly. So that's what a lot of men do when they go drink with their buddies. In verse 19, it says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let a portion of a sinner fall upon her. And that happened. Like I say, I've dealt with women who might do some wicked ass shit. Then later on, they'll come back and let me know, like, oh, my car flipped over. Or I got in a domestic relationship or whatever. Hey, that's judgment from the Most High. And like I say, call all your high by Hashem, y'all try for that. You jump down to verse 24, it says, the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Going back to the Adam and Eve story, you have people like, oh, well, Adam shouldn't have listened to Eve. Well, if his woman was being virtuous, I should say, and not going off, she would have came to him with some virtuous information. But she didn't. She came to him with some wicked information. And you do pose a counsel if you got your significant other. You discuss things. But she was being devious. So it ain't Adam's fault that she came with some wicked ass shit. And that's what people try to say. Oh, Adam should have been a man and all that. Now you jump down to verse 25 and say, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And she go not as thou wouldst have gave her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. And you hear a lot of songs like that saying, let her go, let her go. Hey, sometimes you gotta let them go. As much as you try to hold on and fight, man, hey, they'll put you through more turmoil. Now I'm gonna finish this off with this last chapter before my battery died, because it's almost about to die. But this message gotta get out, because that's what's been going on a lot lately. And a lot of these women, they're gonna be humble, man. That Isaiah 4:1, hey, any Akim may hear this, and that's the spirit, because he's this guy that taking pictures with a damn cross on his neck. That's how you know our people was in Egypt trying to go back to Egypt. But anyway, any Akim going through situations with women, man, don't even worry, man. If you a man of the Lord and the Lord put that spirit on you, these women going to be chasing you down, literally. Trying to eat with you, bring you food, gifts, all type of stuff. Because they going to know, like, you different from everybody else. They going to know it's something special about you. Especially once they see all these other niggas dying by droves. Because lately, these past weeks, most have been wiping people out by the hundreds, by the thousands. That's just going to escalate. And what that's going to do, that's going to leave the last man standing. That's going to say the best for last, technically speaking. So, in Sirach chapter 26, verse 1, it says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. That's why you see a lot of old couples, they last long. How older man, they be up in the ages 80, 90, 100. they have a virtuous wife. It said, a virtuous woman rejoices of her husband, and she shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given, and a portion of them that fear the Lord Yahweh. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. Now, you jump down to verse 6, it says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and scores of the tongue, which communicateth with all, which goes into the topic of women saying, oh, why men gotta have multiple wives? Why am I good enough and all that bullshit? Because technically a man, Israelite man, can have multiple wives. So, and that's what Isaiah 4:1 gonna come into play. 7 women should take hold of one man, saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, but let us be called by thy name, and take away our reproach, our shame and reproach. It says in verse 9 in the book of Sirach, chapter 26, it says, the whoredom of a woman may be known by her haughty looks and eyelids, but you see right here, you jump down to verse 12, it says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain. It says, and drink of every water near her. It says, with every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Hey, and that's what be going on, man. That's why you have a lot of this stuff going on with STDs and shit like that. Bunch of babies that don't know who their daddies is and shit. Because she opened her quiver against every arrow. So, hey, notice when this is edifying, and a lot of judgment gonna come behind all this proud stuff, all that proud stuff. I've been seeing these chicks with proud looks on their face, looking all demonic and shit. Hey, that shit gonna be humble, man, when this society collapse. And the Lord gonna raise his men up, which he doing now, like it should be. So call all Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Shalom to the apostles and the elders and other teachers. And shalom to the elect.